Guys. This is Ball Up Top. It is like 3 minutes after the game, and maybe the wildest basketball game of all time.
It's up there.
Probably the wildest basketball game. I would say definitely the wildest sports moment in Madison Square Garden history.
Bro, the wildest fourth quarter I've ever seen from a player. Shout out Aaron Nesmith.
So let's start with this. An unnamed person in our lovely chat about 30 minutes ago said, and the Knicks were up 14, said, "Hey guys, let's just go ahead and start recording now." Not going to say anybody's name.
That did happen. I was there. I witnessed it.
Not going to say anybody's name, but if you want to, please speak now for everyone to speak.
I asked if we were waiting to the end of the game. I wanted to wait to the end of the game.
I felt the vibes of hey, let's get this thing over with.
No, okay,
I got stuff to do. Let's go ahead and get this.
Now my words are getting misconstrued. I was just clarifying. Charles, the vibes were let's get this over with.
I
didn't come in here to get.
I got work
I'm getting mischaracterized.
All right. Okay. I don't even know. Okay. Let me throw a few things here. Okay. The Knicks led by 14 points with 2 minutes and 45 seconds left in the fourth quarter. First of all, for those who do not know, we are talking about Knicks Pacers game one.
Game one.
We are scrapping everything else. We're not gonna do it. This is just what we're gonna talk about, and we're gonna get out of here because Rodney clearly has something to do tonight. So this is why he wanted this done 45 minutes ago. Knicks led by 14 with 2 minutes and 45 seconds to play in the fourth quarter. Teams leading playoff games by 14 points in the final 2 minutes and 45 seconds were 994-0 in the play-by-play era. Now they're 994-1. The Pacers had 23 points in the final 3 minutes and 14 seconds of regulation. It's the most in the last 3 minutes and 14 seconds amount of time of regulation of a playoff game since 1997. Teams that trailed by 9 points in the final minutes of the fourth quarter overtime of a playoff game were 0 and 1,414 since 1998.
Wow.
They're now 1 and 1,414. I don't even. Okay, the NBA teams were 0 and 970, went down by 14 more points. And the final 250 of regulation over the last 27 postseasons. I had copious notes about the game, about some things that were happening, about pick and roll early on, how the Knicks adjusted to it, things like that. The notes that I have now are what in the holy hell we just watched. Take the floor.
Here's the thing. I know we're all like in a blaze, but can we be honest? We've seen the Pacers do this in the last two series. Like, we've seen them do this exact same thing. So I know.
Not exact.
Okay, not the exact. But we've seen them. They were down 5. They were down 7. They were down with 30 seconds. Like, they have done this before. And I think this is more indicative of who they are. Like, I'm now on the Pacers are them. Halliburton is him. There's no more like, no, I'm done. I'm sorry. The way you're sorry to the Knicks, I'm sorry to the Pacers. I'm sorry.
So is there any version of this in which the Knicks choke this thing away? Because in their defense,
definitely
in their defense though, I mean, yes, they missed two free throws. OG missed a free throw. Karl-Anthony Towns missed a free throw that would have sealed the game. But they scored points there. They scored 6 points in the last 2 minutes.
Yeah, thank you. I'm glad you brought that up because it wasn't just, they couldn't. No, they got to the free throw line. Did you see the shot making by Nesmith? Like,
Nesmith just went into another. He went to another stratosphere.
What?
And then Halliburton hit one of the most improbable shots of ever. Like, if that game ends on that shot, it is already an iconic shot. But that's the thing. It was like a nuke versus like sending the plague. Like, it was like a slow death over that overtime. Because at no point did I feel like the Knicks were going to win this game after that shot went in.
Yeah.
When you hit the choke,
But when you hit the choke and then it turns out you still have to play, I was kind of unsure. I was like, damn, they kind of thought they won. Like, are they going to be able to keep it going? But the Knicks were devastated. I don't even think it's the fact that Haliburton made it. It was how he made it. Like, that made the Kawhi 3 bounces against the Sixers look like a regular shot. I've never seen a ball travel that high. I mean, well over the shot clock. And it was like someone had a ladder and just dropped it in the basket. It was insane. And then not to mention the fact that he ran backwards to the 3-point line from the paint to shoot the ball.
With 1 second left.
And did he do this in the last series? Like, that's
he did it against Cleveland, yes.
This is what he does, man. I'm sorry, like.
I'm so mad his dad wasn't there.
Adam, bring him back game 2. Listen, I'll pay a fine. Bring the Pops back.
I'm so mad he wasn't there.
I know this. Brian Windhorst is running around out there like he Tupac right now. I don't want no invisible mics. I don't want nothing at Wendy's face. Get that man a motorcade and let him run through the streets of New York. This is, even as the game was like winding down and we thought that the Knicks were going to win, I thought that this was like, there was nothing that I saw here that indicated me that the Knicks were going to make this a short series. There was some stuff that was, I still thought that this would go 7, but like, does this change?
This didn't went the Pacers in 6 real quick.
Do you feel, so this changes where you think the Pacers are?
Oh, see, y'all good people. See, I was coming in with hate, and now my hate is confirmed. See, I was coming in with how are the Knicks gonna screw this up? And that's all I needed to see. Listen, what they say, a series don't start till the home team loses, they already lost. I got this. Give me 6, and if I hope 5. Ooh, 5. Ooh.
I hope 5 is crazy.
Ooh, I hope 5.
They got personal hoping for 5.
Ooh,
so 5. The Pacers are now 4-2 when they're down by 15 or more in the playoffs.
Come on, baby.
Like, this is who they are. And
thank you.
And what at the beginning of this series, a lot of people talked about the pace and the speed of the game. For me, it was going to be the last 5 minutes of the game. Who was going to be the most clutch? Halliburton or Brunson? Pacers or Knicks? You would think Brunson. And Brunson, so here's what I think is actually like one of the more sustainable things that I think the Knicks are going to have to deal with. Is that Pacers team, once they started blitzing Brunson, I think that changed a lot of what was going on with that offense. He was, losing the ball. There were balls on the bounce. There was a lot of like diving for the ball towards the end. Once they started blitzing, even when he was searching out Halliburton on those switches, the Pacers were just like, we are going to blitz you. And I was kind of surprised it didn't do this earlier because it bothered him a little bit earlier in the game. But once they started blitzing him, that offense kind of grinded to a halt a little bit. I mean, the Knicks, Tibbs is a good enough coach. They're going to find an adjustment to it. I think he should probably get the ball out of his hands a little bit faster once he sees the blitz come and trust the whoever is the guy that set the screen. But he was trying to dribble through it a little bit too. It should be Cat. But I think it was also, he was trying to get Halliburton to double. But like once they start blitzing you, I think he's got to get the ball out of his hands a little bit faster.
Well, this is the issue of when your two best offensive players are kind of horrible defensive players. So if you saw at the end, to your point, every time Brunson was off the pick and roll, he's purposely trying to seek out Halliburton and sometimes detriment to the actual offense. So, like to your point, I wonder what happens. They got it to Cat, and he did a lot of good hockey assists. I saw, and making sure Hart got it to the other people. But I'm just very curious because their offense, the Knicks, is predicated with Brunson having the ball in his hand and being Houdini, whether it's making plays for other people, scoring. And like you said, that blitz had that come to a complete halt. Basically, that last 8 minutes of the fourth quarter, even with them taking leads.
Well, I will say there was one thing. Because before the Pacers were coming back, it's crazy how results can change things. I'm looking at Rick Carlisle like, why is Shepard in the game for the first time? And Brunson was getting a lot of ISOs on him. So I was actually kind of looking at it the other way around for a while watching the game because they couldn't figure out who to put on him. They put probably 5 or 6 different guys on him throughout the game. Mathurin, Nesmith, Nembhard. Then you go on Halliburton. Then they put Ben Shepard. I'm thinking this is light work. So for all of this to turn around as quick as it did, as fast as it did, is I still am processing all of it because
to David's point, they blitz and that. Like,
I think I sent that text when I said, "Hey, are we waiting to the end of the game?" I think he had just hit a jumper over Ben Shepherd. I'm like, all right, these guys don't even know who their final five is. They got Obi Toppin playing instead of Miles Turner.
We hear the confirmation.
I'm just trying to clarify. I said, are we waiting to the end of the game? I just want to know. I didn't give any directives. I didn't say we should do anything. I just want to ask.
It's okay, King. We hear you.
It's all right. It's all right. You and the rest of Madison Square Garden were ready to party and celebrate.
I didn't pay $700 to watch that L, so I'm cool.
So this is, I guess we should do a truncated version of cooked or not cooked for this Knicks team, because this is a huge loss from an emotional standpoint. Also, you lose home court advantage, of course. You lose game one that you should have won. They really started to take off in this game when Brunson was on the bench. I don't think that that's going to happen again.
10-0 run.
New York Knicks giving up probably the worst comeback that we've ever seen in the NBA playoffs history. Cooked, not cooked.
Baby.
Nah, they're not cooked. It's going to be a long series. I think came into it, I thought it was going to be 50-50. I wouldn't be surprised if the Knicks came and won a game in Indianapolis. I think it's going 7 regardless. So I'm going to say not cooked. I think it's going 7.
So if it goes, question, Rodney, if it goes 7, are you going to watch game 7 or are you just going to, anyway, so
I'm
cooked or not cooked, I'm going to be a little cautious here. Not cooked quite yet.
Okay.
I still think we're going 7, but I think that this makes things so much tougher for this Knicks team because you had this game.
I mean, this is how they work. This is the Celtics all over again.
Right.
Please do not let us come back here and it be 3-1. Please don't. I pray. Listen, please don't.
I mean, there is a point. There is a possibility here where Tyrese Halliburton has just ripped out the heart of this Knicks team.
Oh,
now I don't believe that. I mean, I don't necessarily believe it yet. But game 2, how they come out in that first quarter is going to determine what kind of series we're having. They come out looking like they did in overtime, rudderless, lost, sad, like those Drake selfies after Not Like Us came out. Like, that's what they look like. Then we may be in for a short series. But for right now, not cooked quite yet.
I saw Cat hobbling in that overtime.
Yeah.
I seen him go for 30. He ain't doing that. Listen, you guys can have the caution. You guys be cautious and pessimistic. That's what I'm doing over here, baby. That's what I'm doing over here.
All time. Maybe the greatest basketball game of all time. Definitely the wildest basketball game I think I've ever seen in my entire life. Wildest game. If the Knicks go on to lose this series.
Real quick, David. At what point in the fourth quarter did you think that the Pacers could actually win the game?
Right when you sent the text at the game that you read. I think when Nesmith when they cut it, when Nesmith started hitting the threes, and I think they cut it to about. I think there was about 8 or 5 points, and then there was the Knicks were starting to look shaky. Because you gotta think also. You gotta also think that the Knicks were this close to a couple of bad turnovers there at the end. Josh Hart slips, Brunson threw the ball away, and
when they actually did turn it over. Yeah, they actually did. When OG had it and they challenged it, Pascal got the ball and then they got the ball. That's when I was like, wow, this is very bad.
It is everything had to work right for the Pacers, but the Knicks, I mean, this could have been even worse for the Knicks, but they skated by without some of those turnovers. This is. I'm at a loss. I don't even know.
They're lost for words.
I'm at a loss for words. I don't even know what to say. I can't even believe what I have to rewatch the game because all the notes that I had do not matter anymore. Nothing matters anymore. What is life? What is the space-time continuum? What is happening in the world? I don't understand how this happened. We didn't even talk OKC and Wolves. Who cares? I don't know. This has been Ball Up Top. shout out to if you see somebody from New York, in New York, like that initials are NNY, just give them a hug. And,
I'm gonna give you a temperature check in Harlem tomorrow. Don't worry.
Yeah, let's roll the streets of Harlem. Let us know what it's like. Man, see you guys next week.